This is our first video. We're going to talk about some of the tips we wish that we had known when we were having our first baby while Keri was pregnant and while we were getting ready to bring them home and to have the delivery.
In case you don't know, we're Brian and Keri, founders of Lalabu, so thanks for joining in.
First thing we want to talk about is safety. And one of the things people don't know, which is a really cool fact, is actually the safest place for a baby to be for all the products that are tracked by the CPSC, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, is in a baby carrier.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah. People a lot of times might think, oh, it might be dangerous, but actually it is the safest, the least number of incidents.
And any guesses on the least safe place?
Yeah, the least safe place is actually in a car seat. And it's actually, most of that happens in a car seat, not in the car, because we have these car seats now that you can just lift out and set places. And unfortunately, there's two reasons that's unsafe. They get set down everywhere, whether it's on a couch or in a grocery cart, on a counter, and a lot of times they get knocked off where they are, or the baby's not hooked in. As they get bigger, they stretch and they fall out of it. So that's one from falls. The other's from suffocation. A lot of times they fall over and the baby's stuck in there, or the baby's head's down in a weird position and they just aren't able to breathe well. So we wish we had known that originally, and so our encouragement for you on this is as much as you can, leave that car seat in the car and make plans to move your baby around, not as much with a car seat. A baby carrier, a baby wearing shirt, they are great options, but having your baby on you.
In addition to avoiding all those risks that Brian just outlined, there's so many benefits to having your baby on you. They learn how to move their body by feeling your body move and adjust. They are regulated by your breathing and by your heartbeat, and you're just able to be more in tune with what they're needing. When other people are talking to you, the baby's right there and being able to hear that dialogue, which helps jumpstart their language development. So there's so many benefits to having your baby on you, especially when they're so little that they can't crawl around or practice walking on their own. Okay, now we're going to talk about what you can do while you're pregnant to improve your delivery. So I didn't know about this until my second baby, but there are a lot of just daily things that you can do and how you're moving your body on a regular basis that really help with opening up your body when you're delivering and making sure that your baby's in a great position. There's some really good resources on this from people who have done a lot of work developing what these are that we'll link below. But Spinning Babies has a daily routine that's helpful for any mom, no matter what position their baby's in, to help put that baby in an optimal position for labor and delivery. Another thing that I didn't know until my second or third baby was how beneficial chiropractic care can be while you're pregnant. For both my second and third baby, I had chiropractic care around 27 weeks all the way until the end. Now for me, that was because my babies were in malposition, which was the catalyst for me to go get chiropractic care. But I was amazed by how smooth my deliveries were when I had chiropractic care, how easy it was for the baby to come out, mainly because they had been working to make sure that everything was aligned. So those are definitely resources that you want to check out, and especially the simple exercises that the Spinning Babies team has put together. You can easily incorporate those into your day each day and help make sure that your body is preparing for a smooth delivery.
The next tip we want to talk about is nutrition. And this is something that you hear it so much from your doctors about how you should have good nutrition, but we've really learned a lot about it over the last few years. What would you say?
So it's not just making sure you're eating the proper amounts of protein and that you're eating quality food, because really you have to think about this. What you put in your body is the resources your body has to work with to do all the many functions it's doing right now, as it's supporting your body and developing a whole nother person. So really just think in that way. Don't think, oh, I'm not supposed to eat this. Think, I want to be giving my body the best fuel it needs to be able to be effective in all of the many functions it needs.
And let me add one more thing to this. For people out there who say, hey, I just eat all organic, I eat non-GMO, I eat really good food as it is, we've at least come to the conclusion that it's not enough just the food we eat, that it really has helped us to have supplements from a natural source that's non-GMO, because we found some really awesome supplements that give us the complete spectrum of the nutrients we need. And that is making sure that we're not having any deficiencies and they're being delivered to our body in a form that our body can use it. And we'd have to eat like 10, 20 pounds of different types of food a day to get those optimal amounts. And when you're pregnant and you're developing the body of a baby, but also it's for the mom too, because if you have any deficiencies, all of what you have is going to your child. And then, like for instance, if you have a deficiency in omega-3, it could lead to you being more likely to have postpartum depression after your baby comes, because all of your omega-3s were going to the baby. And so
you may not know that on omega-3s, that one of the reasons you hear that you should really be supplementing with those, especially when you're pregnant, is because your body uses that to help develop the baby's brain, eyes, cardiovascular system, things like that. And if you aren't supplementing with them, then your body's going to draw from your reserves to do all the functions it needs to grow that baby, and that means it'll draw from the stores that you have in your brain. So it can lead to depression postpartum if you are deficient in omega-3s. So I didn't know that. I didn't know how critical that was. And I also didn't think about how critical it is to make sure that I'm getting one that's super quality, that has like all 8 strands of omega-3s that your body needs. I wasn't knowledgeable in how often the place that I was purchasing them from tested for contaminants, things like this that are really important.
Yeah, so we'll link to one below that we've used that has no contaminants, that has all the strains of the omega-3s. So that's great, and some other supplements you can get there too.
Next topic I want to touch on real briefly is diastasis recti. You might have heard of this, you might not have. Basically, it's a split that happens in your abdomen, normally postpartum. And one of the things that I wish I would have had someone tell me, especially with my first baby, is just how important it is to be making wise choices all along the way during your pregnancy to be protecting your muscles in your abdomen. So please ask your OB or midwife about that to learn more information, or look online. Some of the basic things that you can be doing while you're pregnant is make sure, instead of sitting up using your abs, lean to the side and push yourself up. Instead of carrying big heavy things, ask someone else to help you with that. Just being mindful of the fact that while you're pregnant and while your abdomen is stretching out, you want to be very careful to not overextend those muscles, because it can lead to a separation that, will require a good amount of work and exercises specifically to resolve that postpartum.
And we'll link to a book that Keri's read as well that's
It's
really
super
helpful for her. So if you're extra concerned about this or want to learn more, you can check that book out. One of the things we want to hit on is what we consider the essentials you need when having a baby. And the thing is, when we say essentials, we mean like the bare minimum essentials that you need. Of course, you're going to need clothes for your baby, and of course you're going to need diapers, and you can decide if you want to do disposable or you want to do cloth. But really, there's only 2 other things we feel like you really need for a baby. First one,
Baby carrier.
Baby carrier.
Some kind of way to wear your baby so that you don't have to be holding them all the time, and so that they can be up against you.
You get all the benefits of baby wearing. And here's the thing, if you have a baby carrier or a couple baby carriers for different use cases, you don't really need a stroller. Not saying strollers are bad, but with our first child, he didn't get in a stroller until he was old enough to say, hey, what is that?
He's like 2.
And can I ride in one of those? And we used that for him. We had one that he could use then, and he thought it was fun. The other thing, outside of that, in our opinion, the one other thing you need is a pack and play. And we actually prefer having a pack and play instead of a crib. And there's lots of reasons for that, but some of the real quick ones are they're soft, so as they start to stand up, they can't get hurt on them as easily, and they're portable, where you can use it no matter where you are. So no matter where you are, your child's sleeping in the same area and they're comfortable with that. And it's really easy to pack it up too as your child gets older and kind of put it in the closet. And if you have another child, you can pull it out to use again.
We also have pack and plays that have a bassinet insert, which can be really helpful in the newborn stage, so that they're up higher and you're not having to go all the way down to the bottom of the pack and play to put them in. So it kind of combines a lot of different things that are bigger purchases people normally think they need, but really if you just get a pack and play with a bassinet insert, that can serve the function that you need in terms of a place for your baby to sleep.
Yeah, and then one other essential, you need a car seat so that you can drive your child around. So really, get the car seat, get a pack and play, have a baby carrier, have some clothes and diapers, and you're good to go. Don't feel like you have to get a bunch of other stuff. You can get other things as you need them, but I think most people's experience when they have their first child is they get more things than they need.
Way more.
Yeah, and you'll figure out the things that you actually need and you use the most as your child's growing up. The last tip we want to hit on for the pregnancy stage is your mindset. And here's the thing, it can make such a huge difference. And when we were leading up to the birth of our firstborn son, we did Bradley class together, Keri read books, and I'll let her speak to this in just a second, but we felt like we had the mindset, we were ready for the delivery, but we didn't realize until we were having our second and third child that there still was a blocker there for Keri that made her delivery tougher. So maybe you speak about that.
Yeah, I think you're obviously going to want to think through like what strategy you have for what care provider you're choosing, where you want to deliver, and all those types of things. And I think a lot of people do that and think through those things, but they might not necessarily think kind of deep down within me, what is my mindset towards delivery? Deep down, am I confident that my body can do this and that I can do this? Or deep down, am I afraid that I'm not going to be able to? And so I really encourage you to really consider that and to really reflect on where you are, and then spend some time working through that no matter where you are. Because what's happening, even if it's subconsciously within your mind as it relates to delivery, whether you're afraid or whether you're confident, will manifest in how your body is performing. So if you're really afraid, you're more likely to clench up and not progress as quickly. And if you're really confident and you are ready to go ahead and deliver the baby, you're more likely to open up and have the baby come down and be born.
Is there any encouragement you can give for first-time moms? I mean, you were trying to be confident and ready, and then when you had your second, you're like, you know what? I still had a blocker there. I mean, how can you help them to get past that before they have their first baby?
So what I would say is you need to realize the truth of the matter is your body was designed to do this. Women's bodies are designed to open up and to deliver babies. So don't be afraid. This is a normal bodily function. This is not something going wrong. And then also, instead of focusing on, oh, this is going to be painful, or thinking about it in that way, think about the fact that it's good that it is a slower progression so that your body can ease and open as it needs to, instead of it being a 0 to 10 all at once. So instead of when you feel that your body's starting to do that, trying to fight against it, just try to relax and rest in it and think about the fact that this is what is supposed to be happening and that you don't need to be afraid. It's not going to be too much for you. It's not going to be something that you cannot do, that your body is capable. It's fully capable of doing this. And not just that, but it is such a redemptive experience to be able to go through that and have greater awe for your body and all that it can do through delivering another person. So I just want you to be encouraged and to just rest in that you should not feel afraid. You should not feel like I'm not going to be able to handle it, because you can. And you just need to trust it and allow that whole thing to happen how it should.
All right. Well, I hope this has been encouraging and helpful for you. We're going to continue another video for some tips for after the baby comes following this. So best wishes.
But again, share with us if there's anything that you wish that you would have heard before you had kids, or things that you're wondering about if you've never had children. So thanks again. Thanks for taking the time to watch.